Hello friends, I'm George, the nice medic gentleman. Today's video is going to be for those of you guys who love a strong almond note in your fragrances, or for those of you who like Parfum de Marly's Pegasus but can't afford that fragrance, or simply don't want to spend that much money on a fragrance. In this video I'm going to show you a great alternative to Pegasus from the house of Armaf, the Armaf Craze. As usual, a quick look at the presentation of the fragrance. It comes in this pretty flat looking box that's mainly colored in silver color with some brown accents on the front. You got the Craze, Armaf Craze, the concentration, which in this case is an EDP concentration, the bottle size 100 mils. On the back some Sterling and Armaf logos, the parent company Sterling, the parent company of Armaf, and then on the bottom some legal information along with the production date of the fragrance. The production date of this fragrance, of this bottle, was May 2022. And then this is how the actual bottle looks. As you can see, it's I wouldn't call it exactly ugly, but it's not the best looking bottle in the world. It looks kind of old school for some reason, like out of style. And Armaf for some reason went with this sort of a fake leather color, which I think the bottle would have looked better without it. This is the cap. It's quite big. It's all made out of plastic, quite cheap feeling and light. And this is the atomizer. On the top of the atomizer there's the Armaf logo, which is a nice touch. And all in all, the box looks alright. The bottle is kind of meh, you know, but Armaf are known for their funky bottle designs. I'll spray the fragrance on a paper strip just to show you the atomizer in action, and then I'll talk about the actual scent profile. The atomizer isn't bad. The only problem I have with this atomizer is that sometimes when you spray, there's sort of a at the last moment of the spray, there's the atomizer sort of spits out a little bit of juice out as well. And yeah, so let's talk about the scent profile. As I said in the opening of this video, in the intro, this fragrance is a clone of Parfum de Marly's Pegasus, and it's one of the most well-known clones of Pegasus, and one of the best clones of Pegasus. Now, the scent profile, if you've never smelled Pegasus, this is quite close in the opening, although this is maybe a little bit stronger in the opening compared to the Pegasus fragrance, and this is also a bit harsher. But what you get immediately after spraying is the combo of lavender, almond and vanilla. The lavender in this fragrance doesn't feel as fresh. It's not a barbershoppy type of lavender scent. It's more like a sweet lavender. There's also a vanilla in here that you can immediately pick up. The vanilla is sweet, maybe sort of a dry type of vanilla, and the main player in the opening is the almond note, which in the opening of this fragrance, it starts sort of it's a bitter type of almond, but there's a slight sweetness of the almond. Now this is a pretty linear fragrance. It doesn't change very much from the opening to the dry down. The only sort of a change that you get, like a major change on the dry down, there's the sandalwood note. You start to pick up a sandalwood note, but it's not very prominent. Other than that, from the opening to the dry down, you still get that combo of lavender, almond and vanilla. Now, to my nose, what changes a little bit from the opening is, as I said, the opening is sort of a bittersweet opening. Then sort of on the mid dry down, I get to my nose, this fragrance starts to become a little bit sweeter, as if the vanilla starts to get a little bit more dominant. But then when this fragrance enters its real dry down or final dry down, that bitterness starts to come back. The almond bitterness starts to come back, and you get that again, that bittersweet dry down as you get in the opening. All in all, very close to the Pegasus, especially on the dry down. I would say maybe like 90% close. In the air around you, it will smell almost exactly the same as Pegasus, And if you've ever smelled Pegasus or own Pegasus and you smell Craze, you'll immediately pick up on what this fragrance tries to do or tries to be. Now, of course, this will not be, the scent of this fragrance will not be as higher quality as Parfum de Marly's Pegasus, but at the end of the day, you have to look at the pricing of those two fragrances to realize that, you know, you will never get the same scent profile as with Pegasus, because the Armaf Craze costs around about $20 to $25, so it's about maybe 1/8 to 1/10 of the price of Parfum de Marly's Pegasus. So at the end of the day, I think that you simply get what you pay for. Now, about the performance of this fragrance. Now, when this was released, you know, from what I've read online, because I just recently got this fragrance about a month and a half ago, but people were reporting a very strong performance, almost like beast bordering performance, like 10 to 12 hours. In my experience, this is not exactly the case. It's still a good performing fragrance. I get about 8 to 9 hours instead of like 10 to 12 hours. It's still enough to get you through a full work day, but it's definitely not a beast mode performing fragrance. Projection wise, I get about 2 hours of a pretty strong projection in the beginning, and then this starts to become more of a skin scent. Another thing I want to mention is that to my nose, this fragrance is sort of a perfectly unisex type of scent. It doesn't lean in neither direction, neither like more masculine or more feminine. I think it's right there in the middle, in the center. I think both women and men can pull this one off. So in my opinion, a perfectly unisex fragrance. All in all, I like the Armaf Craze. I mean, it's not a love for me, but it's definitely a like, because it has strong projection, pretty good performance, it's dirty cheap, and it has an interesting scent profile of that combo of lavender, almond, bitter almond, and vanilla. So guys, in today's video, I showed you the Armaf Craze, and I told you what I think about this fragrance. I hope that you found this video interesting or helpful in any way. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, stay safe, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye bye.